In the coming days, consultations will be held with our partners concerning the actions required to bring an end to the war. I have signed a decree regarding the composition of Ukraine's delegation. I have approved all the relevant directives. Our representatives know how to protect Ukraine's national interests and exactly what is needed to prevent Russia from launching a third invasion, another strike against Ukraine.
Ukraine enters one of its most consequential diplomatic weeks since the full-scale invasion began. President Volodymyr Zelensky has signed a new decree, appointing his most influential aide, Andrii Yermak, as the head of Kyiv's delegation for high-stakes talks with the United States on President Donald Trump's controversial 28-point peace proposal. The move has triggered reactions at home, abroad, and even in Moscow, where former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev mocked Zelensky online, calling him the bloody Kyiv clown and sarcastically praising Yermak as the excellent choice to negotiate Ukraine's fate. But behind the theatrics lies an intense diplomatic scramble and growing political risk for Zelensky. According to Ukrainian officials, senior representatives from Kyiv and Washington will meet in Switzerland in the coming days to discuss the parameters of a possible peace agreement. This comes after Trump issued a blunt ultimatum, less than a week for Ukraine to approve a deal that would reshape its borders, reduce its military, and permanently end its NATO ambitions. Kyiv says the consultations are designed to align visions, but the pressure is immense. Ukraine's European allies, excluded from drafting the proposal, are scrambling at the G20 summit in South Africa to produce a counteroffer. France, Germany, and the UK met privately to respond to what they see as a US blueprint that leans toward Moscow's demands. Zelensky warned that Ukraine faces a defining dilemma: choose the loss of dignity or risk losing its most important partner, the United States. According to documents reviewed by Axios, Trump's plan would recognize territory currently held by Russian forces as de facto Russian, order Ukraine to withdraw from parts of Donetsk, cap Ukraine's military at 600,000 soldiers, ban Kyiv from ever joining NATO, prohibit NATO troops from deploying on Ukrainian soil. In exchange, Ukraine would receive reliable security guarantees and reconstruction funds from frozen Russian assets. Meanwhile, Russia would gain territory, rejoin the global economy, and even re-enter a restored G8. Putin has already signaled cautious approval, saying the plan could be the foundation of a final settlement, while threatening to seize more land if Kyiv refuses. But as Andrii Yermak prepares to face American negotiators, controversy shadows him. Yermak, widely considered Zelensky's most powerful confidant and often described as the shadow prime minister, is at the center of a new corruption scandal detailed by the Kyiv Independent. Investigators are probing alleged bribery networks linked to the energy sector, the same sector now battered by Russia's latest winter bombing campaign. Although no charges have been brought against Yermak, political analysts say the probe is amplifying long-standing concerns about his influence, his opaque power structures inside the presidential office, and his handling of previous negotiations. Opposition lawmakers argue that putting Yermak in charge of the talks risks undermining Kyiv's credibility at a moment when trust is essential. Others warn the scandal could become a weapon for Ukraine's critics inside the US political system, especially as Trump seeks maximum leverage. Still, Zelensky is doubling down. By choosing Yermak, he has placed his most loyal strategist on the front line of what may become Ukraine's most consequential negotiation yet. As Swiss talks approach, Ukraine stands at a dangerous crossroads. Militarily pressured by a resurgent Russia, politically squeezed by Washington's demands, diplomatically backed but divided among European allies, and internally shaken by corruption revelations. What happens in these talks could redefine not just the war, but Ukraine's future as a sovereign state. The world will be watching. Andrii Yermak, the man at the center of Kyiv's diplomacy, controversy, and now its most critical negotiation.